Today is 9/11, and you'll be seeing this on Sunday. Hopefully, if I edit on time. But anyway, let's get started with the gaming news for this week. Get it started, Gio.
Hey, so the first topic we have for this week is the Xbox Series S has been announced. So actually not just the Series S, but the Series S and X. The Series S is gonna be about $300 plus tax, and then the Series X is gonna be 500. It's gonna be interesting to see what the PlayStation 5 price comes out to, especially because I feel like a lot of people are excited for the Series S, seeing as it's a next gen console for $300.
Mm-hmm.
Personally, I don't think it's gonna be a actual next gen upgrade. Especially because they mentioned that the Series S isn't gonna have like the 4K native resolution. I'm sure that the power it has isn't equivalent to the Series X in many ways. Um, so yeah, I think if people are gonna buy a full next gen upgrade, it would just make sense to spend money on the PS5 or the Xbox Series X. What do you think, Carlos?
So I think Xbox was always pro consumer when it came to um, you don't have to buy this, but you can get a subscription, and that therefore we both win. You get a lot of games, and we get constant revenue. With this, it almost felt like it was fake. It was like $2.99. There's no way it's that cheap, because they're probably losing a lot of money making that. Probably they're probably losing $100 because it's really small. I don't know if you've seen videos and stuff, but it's really small. It's probably like the GameCube, but like instead of being a cube, it's like sliced like a, I don't know, pizza, whatever.
Mhm.
So I think it's gonna sell pretty good because, like I said, it's $2.99, and hopefully, I mean, I might outsell the more expensive version because I think that's for people who really want like something. If I want the next gen, I'm gonna have the next gen, and that's something that feels like a pro version, like
Yeah.
a slim version of what I have now. But the great thing is you don't have to buy it, and if you want the controller, you can just buy the controller that's coming out with it. So it's like they're they're I guess like they're what's the word? Their marketing is very clever because it's like you can get this and it's really cheap, or you can have or just get Game Pass because for a year, I think it was a year or 2 years, they promised to have like next gen games still be in current gen games, but or consoles. Sorry. So I think it's a great deal, and PS5 or Sony's just snoozing or something because like they haven't talked back or they haven't said anything, and there's not even any rumors. But honestly, like, I mean, you could use that money for this next thing, which is $200, but you must have to be a big fan of I am 8-bit with the indie developer. Sorry if I mispronounced it. I don't really care for their games, but they're pretty cool. So yeah, they're having a uh, I'm not gonna try to even pronounce this word, but they're having a deluxe limited edition box set that comes with Donut County, God,
Goro- Gorogoa?
Gorogoa, Kentucky Route Zero, TV edition, whatever the heck that is. Probably a great game, but Outer Wilds, which is a game that I probably wanted to play, but I thought it was that until I thought it was Outer Worlds. But then it was
Yeah,
like
same
Outer
thing.
Wilds, and I'm like, okay, but it still looks cool. Sarah, Jesus, why do they make these words so complicated? Or I'm just stupid. Sarah and I Wild Hearts, Telling Lies, which looks like a really good game. Wadum, Wadum, Wadum. It's a game.
What them?
Uh, what Remains of Edith Finch, which I heard was a good game, but I think it's on Game Pass. But if you want a physical box set, $200. If you're a fan of like that developer, then it's a great thing to have, especially if you like collector's editions or like physical editions. They're great. It's $200, and they're only making 2,000 copies. They haven't announced when they're going to start having pre-orders, but it's going to go like that. I'm pretty sure, because yeah, I'm pretty sure because these games are the ones that I've heard or at least seen. They're pretty good. So I don't know if the value is worth it, but I want to assume that it is because. But then again, companies are kind of like but it's an indie developer game, published game. So I don't know if you like that stuff, and you want to have if you're a collector or you just like to have physical like editions of things. This is great for you. When it comes out, I have no idea, honestly. I couldn't find out. Maybe if I did more research, but yeah, I don't know. So speaking of me doing much research, I don't have a PSVR, but Geo does, and if you want a PSVR now's a great time.
Yeah, because they have a zero specific name for the deals. I'm assuming because I know they've been having a whole bunch of deals. They had summer.
I don't remember.
But they have PSVR Iron Man bundle for $350. I think the normal price for VR was $400.
Yeah, so
and I think Sony has said that this is going to be compatible with the PlayStation 5.
Mm-hmm.
But who knows, since they've been too quiet recently, right?
But no, but it is going to be compatible with the PS5.
Yeah. And then they have Astrobot Rescue Mission, $7.39. That's a good game. Kind of plays like Mario, but you're kind of like you're watching Mario in his world while he's jumping around. Borderlands 2 VR is $25. Farpoint is $10. That has a gun, a fake gun where you stick the PS Move in it and you aim and you shoot. Looks kind of fun. Yeah, I think that game is kind of it's co-op as well. Marvel's Iron Man is $30. Blood and Truth is $15. I might buy that game. Super Hot VR, which is I think the best VR game, $10.
On any platform.
Yep. Tetris Effect is only $20. That's a VR, non-VR game. Trover Saves the Universe. That's made by the developer who made the first Rick and Morty game, I think. And it's made by the creators of Rick and Morty.
So of all these lists, which one would you recommend that you've played personally, or at least played the demo? Which one do you think?
I mean, if you're a fan of Iron Man, the Iron Man is fun. Just personally, I wasn't a big fan. There's too many movements. Like if you have the room for it, maybe it's fun.
Okay.
I don't have the room. But my go-to game would be Blood and Truth, because I think the graphics are. They did a tech demo whenever they did the VR Worlds game. They came with the PSVR, and it's from the same developer, but the games they make, they have good graphics and they're actually kind of fun. It's kind of like a FPS, first person, but the storytelling is like kind of like Uncharted. It's action packed. Pretty fun.
Gotcha. All right, well there you go. There you have it. If you have a PSVR, great games to get. And if you don't have a PSVR, I mean, it's only $50 less, but it's still a deal. If you want to get the Iron Man bundle, and you're a fan of Iron Man, like Kyo said, just make sure you have room though. So number 4, apparently the contents of the PlayStation boxes have been leaked. This is all we get. You know, we asked for the price. You know, we asked for, hey Sony, what's the price? Yes. What? Okay. So supposedly, based on the rumors and everything, you will, for the digital version, it comes in the box for some reason. The model of the number, the model of the number, the console itself, which is the disc-less console, the controller, 825 SSD was obviously built in, but that's telling you the specs. Comes with an HDMI cable. I would hope so. And then an AC power cord. I mean, I would hope so, because some other company, Apple, charge you extra for stuff like that, but. It comes with USB and an instruction manual, and apparently it comes pre-installed with Astro's Playroom, which is the VR thing, I'm assuming, right?
No, that one is just it's not VR.
Oh, okay.
It's to show the
functions of the controller, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So it comes with that, and then same thing with the regular standard PS5, but obviously it's going to come with the PS5, not the digital version. But moving on with that, somehow Sony's gonna be in PAX, but online, obviously.
Yep, and they're gonna. There was a placeholder made for the Sony presentation, and it's apparently supposed to be scheduled on Friday, September 18th. starting at 10:45 PT, which is Pacific time. Um, they haven't really announced what they're gonna talk about or what they're gonna go through over.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming they're gonna announce the price for the PS5. But supposedly there's supposed to be no new news on the PS5.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like that's strange. I feel like at this point they just need to announce
They have to. They need
pricing and more of the console because I feel like they're waiting for what's October at this point. Because September is almost over. Like if they keep waiting, we're gonna be like, are they gonna announce it the same day?
They announce it a week before it's launched. Hey, by the way, this is how much it's gonna cost.
Like people are ready to give their money to Xbox. Like they need to announce their price soon. You know?
Yeah, but I don't know. I feel like they probably have like something. They're trying to be very sneaky with it, but like at this point you have to say something, or even after or before the event, you know. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. I mean, they don't have to, but it's like you said, it's almost October and nothing. Xbox already. I mean, whether it was like a marketing ploy to just like, oh, let's pretend to leak this and then it gets leaked, or it was actually leaked and that's how they were kind of like forced their hand. Be like, I guess we gotta talk about it, you know. But at least we know what we're getting from Xbox and PlayStation. Not really, you know. So we have to see. And for something that we don't have to see, Crash Bandicoot. Well, I mean, if you want to play the game, then you have to see it. But Crash Bandicoot 4 comes out. It is coming out based on what the exclusive. If you pre-order the game at GameStop, you get a minute glass timer, which is themed from Crash Bandicoot. I don't really care for these games, so I mean it's cool, whatever. But so pretty much it picks up after the third game, and you're gonna team up with your younger sister Coco. And yeah, it's coming to PS4 and Xbox. So if you want to get it when it comes out, which I said October 2nd, which is like in 3 weeks, I think, or 4 weeks. I don't know what time it is anymore. But yeah, it's $60 though. So if you got $60 for a game, I mean, obviously, if you like Crash Bandicoot, you'll pay whatever, I guess. Yeah.
One thing I just thought about with $60 for Crash Bandicoot is back to the Xbox and PS5.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, just for the Xbox. I wonder if pricing for Xbox S and Xbox X are gonna be the same. Because technically, you're buying the same game, but one of them has next gen like more features than the other one. I don't know. That's interesting to think about.
It might be because we know Call of Duty is doing it. We know Call of Duty is going to be $70. We know Madden is going to be $70, and we know I think NBA is going to be $70. It's just I guess up to. I mean, isn't Crash Bandicoot made by Activision or developed or published or something?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I wouldn't be. I mean, obviously it's $60 for the thing. I mean, I don't think they make. I mean, maybe a lot. You know. Along the line, you get like an enhanced version, but whether it's $70 or $60, I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if it was $70, and I wouldn't be surprised that it comes in for Game Pass on Xbox. To be honest, at this point, because a lot of games are coming out for Game Pass. Like, when they released when they're going to release what's it called well, we know Halo Infinite is going to come out for Game Pass. What's another game? Destiny 2 is going to be free, or not free, but it's going to be in Game Pass once the new DLC comes out. Trying to think what other games. Yeah, I don't remember, but I know some new games that are coming out are going to be included in Game Pass, so you don't have to pay for that. So I mean that's a win, regardless. But what's not a win is Apple. Well, if you're not Apple, you're not winning.
So Apple, it's been a whole issue with Apple and Epic Games. But Apple did say that they will allow cloud gaming services if they can individually approve of each game. But that's a bit confusing because there's so many games within, like Xbox Game Pass, for example, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, how are they gonna individually approve every single game? I've never actually understood that because it's like, if they approve the app that's running these games, why do they need to approve every single game that's running from a cloud server?
But
You know?
there's some games that I've seen on Apple that it's like, really, really,
I don't know. I
really,
think it
why?
just seems like they're just after the money as well. They did mention that they want to take a 30% cut off the fee for every subscription. If you subscribe through oh yeah, so if you subscribe even through a console or PC, you will be allowed to use the iOS app too. But then it's like, again, are they trying to take a 30% cut of people who paid on PC but
Mm-hmm.
are using their iOS device to access that content, you know?
Sure, I feel like yeah, there's like, oh, you want to play a game? Oh, yeah, you gotta pay us.
I wonder if Android does the same thing, because I think it makes sense if the purchase is made through Apple, right?
But
Because there's
okay,
like
so I can understand if we're talking about Stadia, but I don't. Game Pass, you don't pay for anything. You literally just start up the game. So there's no reason for them to charge you for that. Like to me, that's kind of dumb that they want to charge you. Well, obviously they're not charging us, right? They're not charging the consumer, but
Mhm.
they're charging the either it's Stadia or Xbox or sorry Google or Xbox. Be like, hey, pay us, and then we'll let your consumers use your service on our platform. And if you don't like it, then fuck off. These are all like it's the cloud. Like same thing with Netflix. You want to watch a movie, you don't pay for each movie you want to watch. You literally just click on the movie and you watch it. So they shouldn't be charging, but obviously they're gonna charge the company, not the consumers. But it's still kind of like, do you really need that much money? Do you really need that money just to just let them have it? Just let me have it.
I mean,
Otherwise,
I
people are gonna
wonder
move.
if I'm assuming that the Play Store doesn't take the 30% cut of subscriptions if they're on Play Store.
I couldn't tell you that. I could not tell you, to be honest.
I mean, it's just a processing fee, right? It's like if you go, like if you use your Mastercard, right? You go and
But it's free though. Or sorry,
well,
sorry,
no,
sorry. To
businesses
download it,
pay. No, no. So I'm saying, for example, like okay, it makes sense if they take a 30% cut from purchases made within the iOS, but it's stupid that they want a 30% cut off subscriptions that people can buy outside iOS.
oh,
You know,
okay, yeah, get you.
like why would they pay Apple for a subscription that they have nothing to do with? They didn't process the payment. They didn't do anything. You know, that seems like kind of
Apple.
BS.
I guess we'll just have to see, but we don't have to see. What we don't have to see is that Xbox pulls a rabbit out of their hat and Sony isn't pleased. So what I mean by that is that we know the prices for the consoles, right? For the Xbox Series S and the Series X, and pretty much based on paper, they're the same thing, but different, obviously, right? So they have the same CPU and the same GPU. They except the Series S is clocked a little bit lower than the X, right? So it's not as powerful. So supposedly, based on paper, it's you're able to play 1440p supposedly at 120 frames per second if you have the Series S, and if you have the X, you can play at 4K. So that's the difference. But they're both powerful, right? Based on on what they said. Whether that's true or not, we'll just have to see when people review the console itself and stuff like that. But um, wow, Sony is pretty much they're selling almost the same thing. So it's like if you think about it, it's the same. For example, same type of shoes, but one is without laces, and the other one is with laces. Same shoe, but one's without laces and one's with laces. So it's like it's the same thing but different. I don't know if that makes sense, but so I just think that it makes it hard for them to I'm more if I'm wrong, I'm gonna bite my tongue, but I feel like PlayStation is still gonna charge a lot for their system. They're probably the the disc version is gonna be like same price as the Xbox because they kind of have to match that, right? But then
Mhm.
the digital, they're gonna see like, oh, it's the same thing. It's the same thing. Like it has to be. We have to make profit, so it's like probably $400, instead of 250. I don't think they're gonna go that low, just to match Xbox because in their minds they probably or it probably is like they're both powerful consoles. There's no difference between just one has a thing that I can put my disc and the other one doesn't, but they're the same thing. It's the same internals, just different shells. So I don't know. I think it makes it hard, and I think because they waited so long to say anything, that they might be forced to sell at a lower price. But I don't think they're gonna sell less than $400.
So, one great deal that they have is Xbox, All Access Game Pass. Wait, it's not Game Pass.
No, just All
Sorry,
Access.
it's Xbox All Access. So it basically allows you to get a Xbox Series S or X, but it allows you to do basically monthly payments versus just putting down the cash up front, which I think it's super smart because they know that, I mean, maybe people are still working, but they're not making as much money because of COVID. So with this program that they have, you can pay $25 a month for 24 months to get the Series S, or $35 for the Series X within 24 months as well. And basically you're paying the system, and you get I believe you get xCloud. Do you know is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
xCloud as well. So you get EA Play, you get the Game Pass, xCloud, and Xbox Live Gold for that $25 a month or $35 a month, which is not too bad.
That's if you get the Series X, the Series S. Sorry.
Well, it's just a $10 upgrade, right?
Yeah.
You get the Series X.
Mm-hmm. It's $35 a month.
Yes, it's not too bad. So if you went with the Series S, it would be $600 after 2 years, which means you're paying $300 in service fees. So that would be, trying to do the math here. So that's 300 divided by 24. Trying to see how much you're paying monthly for the service. So 300 divided by 12.
It's $360 for the service for 2 years.
So you're paying $12.50. So technically you're saving, because it's $15 a month for the services. You're saving about $2.50 a month. So it's not too bad. So yeah. So you save $59 if you do this program, and with the Series X, you save $19.
So
do you think that's a good deal?
I think the S is a great deal. I think the X is just like, really? That's it? Just $20? Shit, okay. For that price, I'm better off just using my credit card if that's the point, you know. To me, the X is a better deal if you're going that route. And I just think it's a better deal overall because I don't really feel the need to upgrade. I'm myself interested in getting the S because I want to have something new, but also not break the bank because it's $500 and PlayStation is probably going to charge $500 for both, or for probably less, whatever. It's just going to be a lot. But with this, it's like I'll get my foot in the door, and based on like the specs, it seems like a powerful, console. But it's a small factor, and hopefully it doesn't sound like an engine when you turn it on, because the PS4 sounds like an engine, even though it shouldn't. But it's probably just not ventilated properly. But I think if I had to pick one, like, yeah, it's not that much money, right? Paying $10 more, but it's still, over the long term, you want to see more money, and the better option would be the S, because you're saving $60 instead of $20, you know. But yeah, that's just me.
I mean, I'm assuming that they're not gonna have a APR because an APR is the annual percentage rate.
Sorry, like, interest rate. My bad. Yeah, interest rate, not APR. Sorry.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Sorry, I meant interest.
Yeah. So it's like Samsung. They don't have any, which I'm assuming Microsoft might not have any, but they'll do like a credit check to make sure that you're in good standing. And if you are, they'll just have you make the monthly payments without having to worry about it. So it's not too bad, I feel like.
So if you were interested in this, where could you get it?
Where will I get this?
Mm-hmm.
On their website.
And?
Wait, what are you talking about?
If you wanted to do this thing, whether it was getting the Series X or the Series S, what stores or locations or vicinities could you go to, whether online or in person?
Is this a sponsor? Do we get a sponsor? Oh yeah,
No.
you could get this online. I think. Well, if it's coming directly from Xbox, it's gonna be on their
So,
website.
you if you want to get this deal, you can go to Best Buy, you can go to GameStop, you can go to Walmart, you can go to Target, almost any store. You can also go online. That's what I was trying. I wish we had a sponsor, but no. I was just like, do you think they're just gonna drop it off? Oh, here's $25. Start on the
No,
street, and they
I
give you
mean,
one.
maybe I assumed that maybe the deal was only through Xbox. Like you had to do it directly to them.
No, you can go
I
to a
wasn't
retailer.
aware. I mean, I'm sure you could do it through Best Buy, but I assumed that Best Buy has their own financing program.
Hmm.
You know, like it wouldn't make sense for them to
I
have
mean,
this offer at
this
Best
is
Buy.
the information that I found. You could do this at Best Buy, GameStop, Target, Microsoft Store, and Walmart. Obviously, Microsoft stores, they're not going to be like, oh, but you can use their finance. No, it's the same thing. But I can see your point. But I feel like they probably have like a deal and plan where they still get a cut, because like you said, like if I was, let's say I go to Target, right, and I'm like, oh, I want the Series X, please. And they'd be like, oh, would you like to apply for credit for Target credit? No, I have the thing. Would you like to apply for the? No, I just want to. I have the thing. So,
Oh
but
yeah, you're right.
I'm pretty
So
sure they made a deal.
they
Because
actually
otherwise,
so they used to have all access at Best Buy with the Xbox One S, right?
mhm. And the X.
So they're all sold out, so I'm sure they canceled the program. But you paid $23 for 24 months, and you got access to Game Pass. Wait, yeah, you got access to Game Pass.
Yeah. So now
I'm surprised.
it's even a bigger deal now. Now it's even a better deal. You pay
Game,
$2 more, and it's a better deal.
how long has Game Pass been out for?
Since the S.
Since when?
Since the S came out, the Xbox One S.
Oh,
I think. Yeah.
yeah. So you pay $22. You have access. This
It's
is
new,
through
but I'm new.
Best Buy.
Hmm.
You have access to Game Pass. You start paying, and then after 18 months, you have the option to upgrade to a Series X.
Mhm.
That's not bad.
Yeah. So if in case you're like, hey, I don't like this. I want something better. You can be like, okay, yeah. Give me the X, and I'll pay $10 more. And then after that, obviously it's yours. But
I wonder how much you had to pay to upgrade to the Series X.
probably $10 more or whatever taxes, you know. But anyway, something that's kind of not as important, but I think that it's still cool. So just bear with me. It's a lot of Xboxes controllers, so just bear with me, okay? So you get a controller, and you get a controller, and that gets that gets a controller. So if you have an Xbox One controller, it will work with the Series X and the S. If you have an Elite controller, it works with the X and the S. If you have an adaptive controller, it works with the S and the X. You see where I'm going with this? If you get the Series X controller, it works with the Xbox One, either Xbox One S or One X, and your PC. So it doesn't matter what you use, it works. It just works. Unlike Bethesda, it just works. Next.
Works.
That was a joke, because Bethesda with Fallout, it just works. Whatever, go on. Just go.
Is this mine or yours?
This is the last news today. And who best to tell you about the anime games than somebody that doesn't watch anime? Gio, go ahead.
Oh my god. So
I mean, we have one more, but
Nintendo's gonna have
they're having
anime games on sale. What?
they're having.
Oh yeah, they're having now. It runs until September 22 at 12 a.m. PT or 3 a.m. ET, right? Dragon Ball Fighter Z, which is actually a pretty good game. It's,
How much is it?
$9.59.
Come on.
Dragon Ball
buy it right now. Buy it right now.
$10. Got either
Switch.
3 is 1973. My Hero 1 Justice is 1979.
Come on, be excited. You love anime, Gio. Come on.
I don't know what. I think I've heard of Got Either 3 and Dragon Balls.
It's a great game. It's a great game.
Naruto
Great
Shippuden Ultimate Ninja Storm is $20. That's a good game. Road to Boruto 35.
Boruto.
I like those games because it makes me feel like I'm an Avatar. One Piece Pirate Warrior 4 is 36. Unlimited World Red Deluxe Edition is $10. And yeah, those are the deals for these games. And we have a
Alright.
bonus news
Alright, Joe. Tell us the bonus news.
point.
Since you're so excited about all these deals for anime games on the Switch.
I know. I mean,
I'm actually gonna see if
maybe I need to watch more anime. So they're gonna have Far Cry VR, and that was announced. I'm not sure if that was wait. I wasn't sure. I'm not sure if that was announced in the. Was that announced in the Ubisoft event
I don't know.
yesterday?
I don't know.
But
No, it wasn't because I saw everything. No.
So
It was
yeah,
probably afterwards.
they're gonna have Far Cry VR, based on what I saw, which wasn't a lot. I believe it's I think it's Far Cry 3. So Far Cry 3, this is from an article from Engadget. It's called Far Cry VR Dive into Insanity. It's a spin-off on Far Cry 3. You'll be able to play. You know what? They don't really offer much information. It says that it's a new spin-off game of Far Cry 3, and you'll be able to play exclusively at zero latency, which is a VR arcade chain.
Okay.
So across the U.S.
Not
So I
bad.
thought it was a Far Cry VR to play at home, but apparently not. Apparently, you have to go to these places to play Far Cry VR, and
Oh, and it's a retail thing.
It's what do you mean retail? It's like a
So you go into a
VR.
store.
Yeah, you have to go to a VR location, and up to 8 players can play. It's like those team-based VR games. Up to 8 players can play for about 30 minutes. You can go anywhere within the map, and you're basically just. I think you're just playing missions, maybe. But I guess it's kind of cool. It's like a co-op. Like you go with friends, you play VR, and you're with your, you're in the same world.
But anyway, guys, this is pretty much all the news that we have for you tonight. Yeah, there's a lot this time, just because the Xbox people were like, let's release the price, let's freak out Sony. Well, Sony's like, well, goddamn, because we do know that they have a limited supply of the consoles themselves. So if I was a betting man, which I'm not, I would say that they might have to go low with their digital, because I'm pretty sure more than anything people are going to buy the Xbox Series S because it's $300, and even if you don't have $300, you can pay $25 a month and get everything and somehow still save more money, or still save $60 if you do that. And you can just go to the store and be like, hey, I want that. I'm pretty sure there's more of a process to do that, but and how that's going to work, and we'll pretty much, I think we'll figure out how that's going to work. But yeah, that's pretty much the news for this week. Let us know what consoles you would want. I already know I'm either gonna just stick with my PC and my PS4, because I don't see a reason to have a next gen console when my games boot up really fast on my PC, and most of my games I have to finish were made for the PS4, so I should probably finish those games, and then maybe I'll consider the Xbox. But if even if I wanted to get the Xbox, it's still $35 a month or $300, So, any last words, Gio, before we leave?
Nope. We'll see you guys next week. And bye.